like this.
Hey, we're live. We're live. Hey, everybody. Woo, we're live. Hey, welcome back. Hey, everybody.
Literally, my balls dropped.
We're live.
It's nature. It's evolution. Due to the raising P words in this country, women's balls
All right, bad joke. Bad joke. See, Susan was getting on my nerves. She called me a Kappa male, and I didn't appreciate that. So when she started talking drama, I was going to hit live so that everybody could hear her little nonsense. But she said something very important. I was like, oh, no, don't say that now. No. So hopefully nobody heard nothing personal. And I'm sure they didn't. It didn't start yet. Pranks that can go horribly wrong. That was one of them. Anyway. Either everybody's froze or I'm froze. And so most likely everybody isn't froze. I'm froze. It looked like everybody's froze. My perspective.
No,
oh, this is bad.
My perspective, you're froze. Now you're back.
Yeah. Now you're back. Your picture was frozen.
No. The three of you were froze. I was not froze. The three of you were froze.
It was in reverse.
It's all about my perspective. Okay? Ukraine is bad. Russia is good. The three of you were froze. Don't do that again. Stop it. Y'all stop freezing.
They're all bad.
Pay your internet bill, damn it.
No.
I vote for Russia. No, I vote for Russia. Ukraine is a cesspool of filth. I vote for Russia.
Here's the key factor, okay, in all my decisions now, okay?
Yeah.
And I being emotionally pulled into something that I know is bullshit. And if I'm emotionally getting invested in it, then boom, it's a psyop and I'm done. That's it. It's over. Because I started being like, Putin, Russia, yay, right? No, I'm not on anybody's team. I'm on team mankind. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, if I had to choose a gun to my head, I'm choosing Russia. But
okay, me too. But I hope we don't. I don't think. I think. No. What I think about it is that Putin will finish this quite quick if they let him. Because one thing I think, US wants to have another war, a long time war like Afghanistan, because they want to make money. Putin wants to finish it already a long time ago. And also, actually, Zelensky, but Zelensky is such a weak leader. He says yes, no, and Putin almost he took out all Azov, that the Nazi unit, almost gone. So that's a good thing. And I think that was his goal too, to get rid of them. And then
they were the ones that were committing the atrocities in the Donbass and the Donetsk region, the breakaway republics. But those are details that the American public just doesn't want to hear about.
And the volunteers. Did you hear that about the volunteers? They use foreign volunteers as cannon fodder on the front line so they can shoot them. Yeah. So nice.
So I had a great conversation with our friendly neighborhood rancher, and I won't mention his name, but he actually had a good point, which I agree, Christine, and that is, he said, do you really think if Russia wanted to take the Ukraine, it would take more than 32 minutes? Like, does anybody on this planet, Russia can almost probably go toe-to-toe with the United States Incorporated. Yep. If anybody thinks it would take more than a few days for Russia to completely engulf that country, there's something wrong with their brain. This is all being orchestrated. It's all BS. Again, Russia in every conflict. In conflicts, we're always allies. In peacetime, we're always enemies. Why? Because all of this is BS, and it always has been. We are on the same team. We are on team Rothschild, Rockefeller, world, central banking. Russia on some levels is in conflict with the U.S. in terms of, who can be the best Chicken George to Massa Rothschild, who can be the best house slave. That's the only conflict the United States is in with Russia. To me, I call BS on the whole thing.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys know that Zelensky was a actor and producer, and he had his own production company. And in Ukraine, there was a popular television show on Netflix called we stand for the people or some shit like that. And where Zelensky played the president of Ukraine, right, from 2015 to 2018, and then he won the election in 2019. And you don't think this is all show?
The confusion, reality, and movie. Yeah,
this is so not real. I like even this, right? What did it? We don't know. We're not in Russia and Ukraine. We don't actually know. All we know is what the TV shows us and what's on the internet.
Yeah.
None of that could be happening. Like none of it. And they could just all be telling us it.
Literally.
And just believing it.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. They literally use us like robots to create the reality. And this is insane to me because if none of us watched TV or went on the internet, none of us would be talking about Russia or Ukraine.
Yeah, also. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, I'm not getting.
I talk about what's important to me.
I can't do it no more.
I agree with Susan. You need to focus on what's right in front of your face, like La Madeleine tomato basil soup. Like that's important. That's right in front of my face. Jonathan showed me this. I love this stuff. I'm sorry, Jonathan showed me that. No, I agree. We have no idea what's happening. There is no way on this planet that I'm ever going to agree with Lion Johnny. And everybody knows Lion Johnny. I was a little kid growing up. He had all the toys. He had this, he had that, but his dad wouldn't let him bring it to school. But he really, really had that. You know, trust me, really believe me. I do. But in reality is there are people who are habitual liars. And there are systems that who habitually have to lie to you for them to stay in power. And anybody that really still wants to go along with any of this nonsense anymore, it just, I don't know. I mean, I love you to death, but I really don't want to have much to do with you anymore. I'm done. Like, I'm done dealing with just ignorant people. We live in a time where we have real problems.
Yeah.
And I mean, along with the Help the Ukraine bill, they put that 21% pay hike for all the staffers in Congress. I'm like, come on, you know, this is ridiculous. Gas prices doubled. They're writing paychecks for themselves. You know, it's just the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
They made a lot of money. I mean, there's nothing to do. The conflict has nothing to do with the prices. Absolutely nothing. They just
I know.
Again a huge profit. It's so crazy. Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah, and here's the thing: huge profit. What do you mean profit? Because money isn't even real, and half of it is like most of it's digital now. So they don't even print like, oh, this person made 100,000 and print 100,000. They just put zeros in a freaking matrix in a computer, and this is our reality. We accept this as reality.
Yeah,
I don't understand anymore. Why is my mind breaking down and no one else's?
Yeah.
So,
because Master says so.
It's crazy. But the crazy thing is people take it for real, and that is, oh my God, like I can't stand it. Like now I'm like, I can't stand it anymore. I thought with COVID, I had 30%, I had 70% lose of friends. Now I have 99 friends gone with Ukraine, and it's even worse with Ukraine. It's much worse. It's so funny. It's so funny. Oh my God. Oh, I need to escape.
All those memes, which are 100% true, right? The same people that didn't stand up to the school for their kids and didn't stand up to their own government for poisoning everyone and didn't stand up for masks, didn't stand up for the people losing their jobs, are standing for Ukraine.
Oh yeah, and now
I can stand too.
Yeah, now they don't have to be vaccinated. They can come in your house. Take your refugee. It's like take two, and it's crazy. Now all those people are super scared of vaccines. No, come on, Ukrainians, come in. Crazy.
There was a song about those people. How does that song go? A thug for kicks or something for kicks. What's that famous song? You know, something for kicks. How does that song go? Y'all know that song. I'm a something for kicks. It was like a super top of the charts song, like about 3 or 4 years ago. I'm a something for kicks. Anyway, that's what those people remind me of. Like they're just, you know, I'm whatever the TV says, I'm gonna listen to, right? Simon says, get down and hide from the air. Simon says, don't go to work. Simon says, put on a face diaper.
Yes. Exactly. I
Right
was
here.
thinking all the time like that.
Comfort
Simon
chicks.
says do this. Simon says do that. Exactly. Totally. 100%.
Simon
Crazy.
says do this, and they do it, and and that's the slave. Unfortunately, it's a slave mind. It's a slave-minded people who they can't think for themselves. They can't critically think. They can't research. They act like tough guys when they're told to. They act like wimps when the TV tells them to. And I can't be a part of that world. But then again, in walks living off grid. I can't live around stupid people. I can't do it. You're too weak. Like survive.
Go ahead.
Survive.
Go.
What's she say? Did she say I'm not brave?
No.
Listen, I ain't tolerating your beta male comments.
Christine said.
You saw she slipped that in, Jonathan. She was like, "Yeah, you're not even brave. You're a sucker."
I did not say that.
It's like your testicles haven't even dropped, Gerard. Imagine that. You're saying this. All right, now that Susan done destroyed everything. What are we talking about today?
I forget.
Huh?
Oh, I know. Okay, so the New York Post admitted that, or the New York Times, one of them, they admitted, that CIA paper. So they admitted that Hunter Biden's laptop is real, right?
Yep.
And they're like, oh, somebody, I don't know his name, put out a tweet or whatever, it's real, whatever, right? And everybody's like, oh, it's real. Oh, things are about to go down now. And I get it. You need hope. I get that you need hope, okay? Everybody needs some hope right now. But come on. Wuhan lab is still operational. That's all I'm saying. So I'm saying, I don't know what you're waiting for these people to hold.
Epstein Island is also still operational.
MK Ultra is still operational.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And that was in the 70s.
Yeah, Hillary Clinton is still free. So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and Epstein Island didn't kill itself neither.
No. Epstein.
None of those people went to jail.
But those truckers' bank accounts did. So I'm just saying. What are you waiting for?
Epstein?
Really, it's gonna go down now? Come on. I don't understand why everybody has all this hope. Like, oh, the truth is being exposed, and it's exposed to the level of, guess what? All these people are shit. Everything they say is shit. Everything they do is shit. We together, without them, have to fix things without them. Yeah, we can't be like, we're gonna vote the next thing in, and that'll fix it. No. No, the time is over.
The next new hero. The next new hero. No, Sandy Carr got it. Rebel for Kicks. That's the name of the song. These are the big tough guys. The rebels for kicks. Like they're fake. What are we talking about? We need to get off topic. Ancient knowledge.
Yeah, ancient knowledge.
You know what? Somebody mentioned they got Nikola Tesla quotes. I would love to go through some Nikola Tesla quotes.
Yeah, do some quotes.
Because I literally just did free energy. I had some campers come down, and I didn't charge them for power. So you know what they got? Free energy. Free energy was real. It's always been real. It's always here. Charging for it is really a choice. We don't have free energy because we don't require it be free. And so people die. And so Christ doesn't approve, but we won't go through that.
This is free energy right now. Us talking, conversating, exchanging, other people watching. That's free energy too.
Okay, the quotes.
Okay.
So when does it?
Are we doing quotes? Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that one. All right. Our virtues and our failings are inseparable, like force and matter. When they separate, man is no more.
Virtues and what else was it? Virtues and
your virtues and your failings.
And your failings. So when they separate, you cannot build up of virtues if you don't fail, because through failing you learn, you become a stronger personality. I would say that's what I understand about it.
Yeah, actually, right through your failings is when you become virtuous.
Yeah. Yes, that's what I understand about it.
Because you choose to learn and grow, or
it's like if you did a lot of wrong things and you brought totally out of balance, and then finally you find your way, you become you become spontaneously virtue. It's not like obligation. It's like you how do I have to say it? You know what's good and right because you learn it, and it's not from a church or from a religion. It's from within you. You experienced it. That's what I believe. I mean, that's how I feel it, I think.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's like when you're younger and in Catholic church or whatever, right? Like you sin and it's because of the devil, and like you have to repent and all that, right? So but when you get older, you learn like, no, that's my responsibility on what the choices I make, whether I sin or not. And that's how you learn that. Does that make sense? Because I don't know where it
makes sense
in my head for a second.
It makes sense.
All right, this is a good one. I like this one.
Okay.
I do. I can be talking and totally lose everything and don't know what's happening.
That's from all the chemtrails. I forget 2 minutes what I said. I forget. I forget the names. I forget everything.
I know. It's all that aluminum I breathe in every day.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's totally it.
Okay. I like this one. The individual is ephemeral. Races and nations come and pass away, but man remains.
Yes. Nice one. Very good one.
I like that one.
That is when you're strong, but I've even to elaborate about it. When you're strong, good personality, you're not so much influenced by what's going out around you in the world. I mean, you have, of course, your the punches from society, but within yourself you're still as strong as before because you know who you am. Society is just superficial, and those values have no meaning. Society has no. I mean, society, the rulers, I want to say, has no meaning. They change and they. But when you're yourself very strong inside, you are not so much mesmerized by what the power outside. I would say. What do you think, Jonathan?
Mm-hmm. Yes, when you have a root in yourself, what my teacher called, developing your roots, your own. It really begins with accepting the responsibility of self-transformation and accepting the responsibility of actually doing the work, and thinking that there is really nothing at all that separates you from the sages. Nothing at all that separates you from the sages. The only thing that they did was they worked on it.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
when you have a root in yourself, when you have a sense of self, and you're grounded and you're connected to the earth, and you're observant of what's going on around you, and in tune with everything that's going on around you, then you can't be fooled by the stuff that, hey, you want to put a Ukraine sticker on your lapel? No.
Me neither.
And you don't even think about any of that stuff.
No.
It's not even it's not even tempting to you.
Exactly. It's so shallow, so hollow. Even people who think they're so compassionate, it's none of compassion. It's only popularity. It's so empty. Normally, I can feel the difference when there is real compassion and real empathy. It's totally on what is happening now. It's just, okay, I want to be with the good guys. That's what I feel, nothing else.
Yeah, like a lot of those people would never like give a homeless person money or
exactly.
volunteer for a dog shelter. You know what I mean? A lot of those people would never do anything like that, but will think that they're good and virtuous and on the right side because like they donated $20 to BLM and have a Ukraine flag sticker. You know what I mean? Like it's so cheap. It's our society. Our society is literally cheap. Like even our shows and everything, it's just bombarded trash. It's not even like even the History Channel is half-ass. Like, you know what I mean? It's insane. It's our society. It's what we accept as like pleasure.
It's all appearance,
like learning and things like that.
Yeah. It's all superficiality. Just like you said, people would rather look virtuous than be virtuous.
Like that. That's playing the moral superior. And we had that already with the COVID nonsense, and now you get it with Ukraine because if you are not for Ukraine, you must be a monster.
Right.
How
dare you claim neutrality, or worse, just actually support what Russia's doing?
Yeah.
And seeing it as a necessity. Yeah, I'd much rather have Putin destroying those bioweapon labs than having them exist under a neo-Nazi regime.
Yeah, me too.
I know there's real Nazis, like real Nazis.
They're extremely cruel.
Yeah. Trained military ones, like real Nazis. That's insane to me.
I know what I heard is that they protect the crops. I mean, Russia doesn't doesn't bomb the fields. So I think because it's spring, everything is planted. Russia doesn't do that. I saw a good, someone from Russia actually from another side. I have to send it anyhow.
You know, we know what the bankers and their. We know what the bankers and their intelligence agency lackeys are capable of. They will not blink at all about creating a false flag. There was talk that they were going to attack Chernobyl and blame it on the Russians, and that would be a huge false flag. That's why Putin occupied Chernobyl and protected it.
Yeah, but that's why they keep saying chemical attack, because they're going to do one, and they're going to blame Russia. And that's what I'm saying. It's all show. And the thing is, they might not even do one. They might take like old clips from Syria and then say, that's it.
That's what they do. Old clips from other wars.
Or Syria or
like
or
9 of the 10.
Yeah.
9 of the 10 are
it's all a joke, right? Because seriously, first of all, okay, they may be psychopaths, but they like being psychopaths, okay?
Yeah,
and if they're dead, they can't be psychopaths no more.
Right.
So they're not going to nuke the freaking world 100 times over, okay? Because they like this shit, okay? No more kids' blood.
They're taking clips out of Hollywood films. They're taking clips out of Hollywood films and passing them off as the news.
Yeah, no more eating babies if everybody's dead. So they're not going to kill us all.
There we go again.
So and that's it's just crazy. Like I can't believe that as a species this is where we're at. Like I can't believe that. And like it's just I'm just like, please can we stop? Like for 5 minutes. How about we not be stupid for one whole day and see where that goes?
No. Because that's when they'll nuke them. That's when they'll nuke everybody. I mean, you'll get war. If people grew the hell up for a moment, they nuke the entire world. I mean, they're psychopaths. They will kill themselves and everybody if they lose control of the slave plantation. But as long as people believe it, they go along with it. They believe the TV. They believe the Republicans or they believe the Democrats. There's no reason for them to nuke the world. They won't. It's all just fear.
They will do that if the game is over. That's what I fear. If the game is over, they think, okay, we take everyone down. Boom.
Yeah, they'll go in the inner earth.
If the blue pills
go under the flat earth.
Truth, there would be mass psychotic breaks all over the place.
Stephen Greer
in reality. They couldn't handle it.
No, and that's when you're just like, walk that way towards the cliff. That way. There's help that way.
Here's a nice cup of Kool-Aid. Drink it. Wow.
No,
I'm
this
sorry,
plant's
Gerard, I cut you
edible.
off.
This plant's edible. Eat that
Yeah.
one.
I'm kidding. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
kind of kidding.
Yeah.
I wish I could wake up and be loving human beings, but yeah, I'm a realist also.
So yeah, but we need to be strong person. That was the thing. We were starting from strong personalities that don't get involved too easily in the outside bullshit. That was the thing, right? That was the conclusion from the state, from the quote.
Oh, that nations, races, all that, they'll fall and pass away, but man is ephemeral. Man is everlasting.
Well, it sounds like Thoth in the Emerald Tablets. You know, when he's talking about the prophecy. It sounds like his language,
prophecy.
doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, I heard another one today.
Because like even now, right? Nations come and fall. Well, America's going down, people. You got to get
I think so too. That's sure that the West is going down, but I think because even if Russia, China, Iran, they go all together, they will just with the crush it's done.
Yeah, but like even this, right? Like, because like I'm like, oh, you know, if I had to choose Russia or whatever. But in my opinion, it's the grand top, the WEF, you know, Klaus Schwab, the Galactic Emperor.
Right. Yes.
Those people, and then everybody else does their production show. Like I said, I don't even know if it's real because half the clips we've seen have been debunked, right? As old clips and video games, right? So like, and I haven't seen it with my own eyes, so I have no idea it was real because I know they lie to me every single day, all day long, right? So, and yeah, and I really feel like because throughout history, especially with the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers or whatever, them maintaining control, it has to be money. They have to have the money because that's the one thing they tie to our survival. It's the one God they all got us to believe in. Okay, so they have to control the money, and every time they do a new thing in a country or in a nation, whatever, where they switch over their currency and change their economy, there's always a war, there's always a pandemic, and there's always the collapse of the economy first.
It's always
like
happened.
1918, the Spanish flu, the 1933 Federal Reserve Act, the sinking of the Titanic, the Bolshevik Revolution in Russia, because Russia and U.S. allied themselves against central banking with the Rothschilds, and the Rothschilds sponsored the Bolshevik revolutions. So that's what I'm saying. Whatever crazy ass family the reptilian overlord Rothschilds are, whatever they are all behind it. That's why when you start getting emotionally invested, I'm like, okay, none of this is real. Do not put your energy into this. You know what I mean? Because ultimately, any side I pick is for the Rothschilds that eat babies, and I don't want to be on their team.
Stephen Greer had the last one from Stephen Greer was good. Like, why? I mean, he was also talking, why don't they interfere? If the man doesn't raise high in his consciousness, no use to interfere. It was like that. You're not worthwhile to interfere because you're all keep stupid. I mean, like, and playing those war games. But if you don't rise in consciousness, it's no use. I mean, we have to rise in consciousness. Then they might help us. Then they might interfere. Otherwise, they know. I mean, that would.
But I say, like, honestly, right? All these governments are supposed to be for the people. Every government in existence claims it's for its people. Okay, every country, it's for its people, right? So if you polled all the people on the planet, every single person, right? I bet you like 80% would be like, no, we don't want war.
Yeah, true. Of course.
Yeah. So there you go. Human consensus, consciousness, moving on. Like, I don't understand. It is that easy. That's me insane. Just say no. It's the only thing that came out in the 80s that makes sense now.
Well, I think it's this. People want freedom. What they don't want is the responsibility of that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And that's why we can't have nice things.
That's true. That's true.
Because
We
people won't do what it takes to claim the responsibility for their freedom.
And that is also the influence from society to take it away, the responsibility, so you don't know anymore that you have to have responsibility for yourself and for your doing. And yeah, it's like self-mastership. Kind of your own master.
It's exactly it, self-mastery, because that's what every sage going back thousands and thousands and thousands of years has said. Be a light unto yourself.
Yeah. The rest will follow. We don't need to be.
That's all that matters, according to them. And then everything else will follow.
Self be peace inside, and peace outside will come.
Right. Yes, indeed.
Well, I'm an existing contradiction because I take full responsibility for my actions, but I have no self-discipline. There's no self-mastery happening. Oh, you know what? I don't kill people or stab them in the eye. I am self-mastery.
We all have a little bit more discipline than the usually men, I think, because if you can see it through, then you don't get involved so much. I do. I get so. Actually, it makes me quite angry, the injustice and the lies. Actually, when I go too much into it, then I say I have to stop it. It makes me so angry. So the blatant lies, actually, it's so stupid. They were blatant lies, but people believe it, and that makes. So they drag all the people in this war kind of thing, all the people. So otherwise it would play out between Russia and Ukraine, but now everybody got involved in it, and that energy brings war.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And
right. That's what I mean. Like there was some weird, I saw this thing and there was some weird TikTok and it was from a couple months ago where some kid did something and the shots went off. So then hashtag World War III was trending. Right. And I didn't finish to even watch it. Right. But like, because I got that far and was like, do you see how brainwashed and fucking retarded we are that we would manifest something like that? Like seriously, like we do. Like, I don't know how much more I can explain because like we have a thought and then we go do that thought in the physical world. So then we're like, oh, World War III, that's funny. And then we're hashtagging it all over the place. And then all of a sudden World War III is trending. And now they're like, oh, Russia's dropping nukes. You don't think that's all coincidence? It's the manifestation of things.
Yeah, it's because that they want that, and they do it through us.
Yes. Yeah. Like that's what I mean, right? God, like we're this TV set, right? And we have an antenna and we're picking up signals from everything. Like even like when you go to when I go to the woods, you go to the woods, right? Because that's giving off a more peaceful energy. So you naturally feel more peaceful and stuff. And like so like when you're meditating, you connect with God and you're no longer there because now you're oneness. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But then on a like 23 hours out of 24 hours in a day, we are getting bombarded with Ukraine, Russia, men or women, yay, girls, whatever. We're all going to die, and there's COVID and killer bats. And bees are going to get you next. And, oh, God, don't breathe air. It's insane.
It's true.
You cannot function like a normal human.
Yeah.
You can't live like a human being in a world like that.
Yeah, that's true. And that is, and that's on collective level. The stupidity is on collective level. That's why we're lost spacey.
Yeah. And that's why
sometimes it's good actually leave the world behind and do very constructive things. That is actually what I want to do. I'm done with all, even because what's next? What will be next? I would not know. I would not know next.
Fake aliens. Oh, or Black Mirror dudes. They're you know how they do all kinds of things now, and they upload you with little microchips and stuff, right? So there was a Black Mirror episode where they microchip the army guys, and so they see people as like alien mutant things, but really they're just scared people hiding, and because it projects what they want them to see, right? so we could even have that, and all the military will think we're the freaking aliens, and we'll be getting wiped out. Yeah.
Oh my God. Ooh.
That's Project Bluebeam. I figured it out live.
Maybe, yeah, good. That might be that project. We are the aliens. Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Man,
crazy.
all kinds of ways to kill us.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
I should survive another 20 years unless they pick up the aluminum spray, but
Yeah.
this is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, is Gerard coming back? The next Tesla quote's good.
Yeah, good.
Really, dog. You ready, Gerard?
Am I ready for what?
I'm gonna read the next Tesla quote. What is moving behind?
I'm always ready.
Is that someone trying to break into his car?
Right? Did you see that?
Yeah.
What's in the windows?
Or is he at the car wash and people are like washing his windows or something? I don't know.
Yeah, that was. I think somebody was washing his windows.
Where are you at right now?
Jonathan.
Yeah.
Jonathan, that's racist. That's racist. I do not go places and have people wash my car. What kind of racism would that be? Have rogue, just random white folks washing and drying my car? I wouldn't do such a thing. I'm sorry. Yeah,
it's okay.
When I'm sorry, you guys. Listen. When you live off grid and you got things you got to do them when you got to do them. I apologize, but I can't let my number one tool, which is my truck, fail to dust, which kills them out here. The fact that I live so far out. So I had to get it washed by some white folks, and now it's okay.
You just exercised your white privilege, Gerard. It's fine. Okay. All right, you guys are ready for the next one?
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah. Let's do it.
Okay. I like this one. Our brain has very sensitive nerve cells, which allow us to feel the truth even when it is not yet available.
Yeah. Intuition.
Yeah. Right?
And connection, deep connection, if you're really from inside. Yeah. Meditation.
Yeah, like 2 years ago, we were all like, "This is an inside job," and it's fake.
Yeah, but I believe that because I think, without being bragging, our conscience is a little bit higher because we know something is not, is right or not right. Usually, I think we can say that a bit from ourselves, and that is because we feel that, and our senses are much more developed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I said, how like I have that friend, and different people, I pick up energy. Sometimes I don't, but sometimes I do. And he's a great guy. There's nothing wrong with him, but in his brain with the PTSD, he's so chaotic. It's literally like, even if he's just sitting there, it's hard to be next to him because you just feel all that chaos coming off of him. And then like the pyramids, when I first started learning about the pyramids in 3rd grade, I knew it was a lie. I knew it was a lie. I knew there was truth in the pyramids that I wasn't being told. Yeah.
What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. There's a saying that, in connection with the quote, there's a saying that when the student is ready, the teacher will appear.
Yeah.
But when the student is ready, the truth will appear. And then the student will know immediately that the truth is the truth. You just know it. You just know it.
It's an inner knowing. Yeah, it's the knowing from within. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you wonder, how did I know that? Well, you learned it in a previous lifetime or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so. We learned a lot in the previous lifetime already.
Right. Right. Good quote. That's a really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were with Shakespeare and all these guys that time.
But think about this. If you could remember your past lives, right? That means you would remember the skills that you learned from those past lives.
That would be nice.
But anyway, right? Because accessing your DNA and stuff like that. But think about that, because then you would have, like, you could have been a painter in one life, a farmer in one life, a king in another life, a sculptor, a astrologer, astronomer. You could have built the pyramids. You know what I mean? Like, you could have been anything, and you would have that knowledge again. That's why they want our DNA.
Oops.
Because if you can read DNA, you can read the whole history of everything ever. Right?
Well, how many bits of information do they say are encoded in a single DNA strand? Trillions or something like that?
Oh, it's like some ridiculous getabyte, tetabyte thing I've never heard of.
Yeah.
Amount in 1 gram. In 1 gram. And 1 gram is small enough to fit on your fingertip.
Yeah.
Right? That's crazy. That's awesome though. But that's in us. Like, like it's in us right now. And like, I really believe there's a way to like somehow tap into that and know those things. I just
I think
how many billions or even trillions of cells are in the human body, and how many DNA strands are in each cell? It's just
true. But I think if you were a painter in a life before, but you didn't practice it this time, your body has not the skill yet. Then I think because your motoric the matter has to still do it. I mean, the body is matter, and if we didn't practice it, then we didn't make a lot. We don't make a lot of it. And I know someone, and my guru said that, I mean, he said you were Rubens in your life before, and he was now a little painter, but just a little painter, but not really like that famous painter. And think how, but and sometimes he says, but you have been that, you have to go to other experience. You cannot be again the same because you have to learn through other kind of skills. So but
so then that begs to differ though, or the question, I don't know how to talk. So then what about memory, right? Because like kind of everything we know is from memory. We recall it from memory. So if we knew something then and we could recall that memory, we then naturally, like, because your brain talks
evolve much more higher.
You know what I mean? Like your brain, and talks to your other cells in your body. It's not right. And it talks to your muscles, like it's all connected. So wouldn't it like somehow the memory would then know the body to know what to do? Because like all that muscle memory.
Maybe
in the memory, right? See, this is the kind of stuff I do when I smoke. It goes on in my head.
All this. You get an expanded awareness. So
right. Well, telepathy, something that Andrea just commented on now.
I wanted to read one because I thought this was nice.
These abilities, telepathy, clairvoyance, and telekinesis, and other things like that.
That's when you're high.
I think our nervous system has to be prepared before these things can even become a reality.
I think if we are not too much involved with everything around us, then we can feel and sharp who is when somebody needs you, for example. Normally, if you're high awareness, that person comes in your mind, and actually it happens to us. I think you suddenly start thinking about someone, and then that person. You get a phone call, or you see them suddenly because you pick up already that vibe from that person. And somebody when is in need, normally that's actually, I think, a natural instinct. When your children are in need, I think a mother feels that they're a father, and then you just go call, or you write or something, or you just feel like you have to call them. I mean, that's what I think. I don't have children, but mothers and fathers, they have that instinct. I mean,
yeah. They usually
so,
know, like, when something bad has happened,
yeah,
even though no one, you know what I mean? Like, they feel something.
yeah. But the thing is, our society just blocked that because you're not, I mean, you're not supposed to feel that. Don't think like that or something like that. But sometimes you have to go with the first sense you feel, you have to trust it. You don't have to go in panic, but you have to follow it. Because then it's no, you cannot think like that. Be positive, and do. But then something happened and you thought, I knew it happened, and you didn't do something because you're indoctrinated. Yeah, be positive, it will be okay, it will be this. But and sometimes you just, that's also a kind of indoctrination. So you have to be positive, okay, but you have to, sometimes you have to follow your sense, which is positive, like, oh, I feel danger. Then you have to feel it, then you feel it just like that. It's not negative or positive, but it's just the sense. And then you have to act according to it. But if you start thinking, oh, I should not think like that, no, I should not this like that, then you already lost, I think. It's not that you have to think why or the content of it, but just you follow your senses. This person of this doesn't feel good, that's all, and then you just have to go away. You don't have to keep questioning. I think that is when you stay really in your center. And that's why children are like animals. They feel danger and they bark. Oh, they don't like the energy, they bark, and then or the dog barks, and or they feel that and they just act like it. And then you know, okay, you have to take care. I mean, that's what I think. It's my because they don't overthink things. They feel and they act. And that is what the art of in war, the art of war. You act. You don't start overthinking. You have the sense and you act immediately. That's Zen. I really like all those martial arts. They try to you use your brain, but you don't start overthinking. You don't use too much your mind. Your senses are like extremely sharp, and you know immediately what to do. But you're not thinking. Oh yeah, that's my guru says. If a soldier keeps on thinking, shall I kill or shall I not kill, then he is finished. When you're a soldier, you're a soldier. You have to do what you have to do.
Right.
And that is what, and even like you must feel
well.
your senses.
What you're saying right there is really done well in the film The Last Samurai, when Tom Cruise's character is in the village, and you know he's sparring and he's practicing with the samurai, and Katsumoto's son comes up to him and says, "Too much mind." And then he thinks about it. He thinks about it, and what that means is, and of course it's a Zen teaching. Yeah. Awareness without thinking.
Right.
Yeah. And that is when you win. That's how you win a war.
That is when you win, because and
that is the art of Zen.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And that is also what Srimati, my guru says. If you start thinking, you're too much Catholic all the time, because we have to be good, like with that Ukraine thing. Oh, I'm not. You're still going to church. You're not spiritual. She says it like 5 million times. In other words, you're still going to church. You don't have to. If you start overthinking, then you say, "Oh, the society says this is good. The society says that is good." No, your inner knowledge says, "For that person, I have to get away. This person is not good for me." Whether you are judging him, it's something else. But your senses say, "Go away." But then our mind starts interfering, and then we lose, or we don't follow our intuition.
Right.
So I mean, that's how I see it. So now I don't know anymore what quote it was. But
what's the next one? You got more?
This quote goes along with what we were just first talking about, or the last one. Most persons are so absorbed in the contemplation of the outside world that they are wholly oblivious to what is passing on within themselves. That's exactly what we're just talking about.
Boom. Yeah.
including reading your DNA and activating superpowers. Seriously, if we didn't have all this outside bullshit and we were more in tune with ourselves and like the natural world, I think a lot of those things like telepathy and stuff would just start turning on naturally. You know what I mean? Because you're more in a natural state. You're not bombarded by all that crap.
Yeah. Well, certainly if we were spending time in nature, if nature wasn't being poisoned, if our food and our air and our water wasn't being poisoned, what would we be capable of and where would we be right now?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. How much differently would we think?
Right.
If we weren't so poisoned.
Pure minds and pure thoughts.
Yeah.
Because where comes depression of and all those negative thinking is from poisoned things, poisoning our body like from all sides.
Yeah, because everything, even if you eat well, like I'm sure there's people on this planet that eat 100% natural, awesome, right? And that's great. But most people on the planet, especially in like the Western worlds, we're eating shit at some point, you know what I mean? Or we're getting it from our water, or we're getting it from the air. Like we're getting it so our body, even if it's just a little tiny bit poison, it's still not functioning at 100%. There's still toxins in our body, like at all times.
Yeah.
And
even the mind.
He banned all that shit. Well, I don't know about all that shit, but he banned genetically modified food. Yep.
Putin did.
And sorry, but my guru, he says about Putin, he says he has the blessings of Mother Earth. That's why he is not getting poison in his land. Tries to totally. So kind of When she liked him, and how can you like him? She said he's a very strong personality. And also he is not a warmonger. When did he start the war? Not even once in his, I think. Didn't never.
No, he hasn't started any. They all started and he came in. He didn't start none.
Yeah.
No. And Ukraine started the war with Ukraine.
So stupid.
Yeah. Look how many people. Let's talk about death. Let's talk about casualties and numbers. Look at how many people have died with the U.S. supported Saudi bombing and terror activity over Yemen.
It's still going on.
And it's still going on.
Yeah.
Compared with what Putin is doing in Ukraine.
Yeah, it's such a hypocrisy.
It's disgusting. Their hypocrisy is disgusting. Oh,
every time I say anything about Putin, I'm like, really?
Yeah. Right.
Really?
Yeah.
You have room to talk right now?
Yeah.
Oh, can't say.
Yeah, I hope he wins. Sorry, but I think, you win and let them all suffer. Russia doesn't need Europe because they can find other traders. Russia doesn't need even US because they can have China. They already made a deal.
That's why people can't handle the truth, because if they got a glimpse of the truth and saw what it was that they were enabling and had been enabling all along, they've been enabling psychopathic war criminals and pedophiles. Just let that sink in.
Yeah.
No, but see, I think it's worse than that, because people think like, oh, they voted and they voted for the best one, and you know what I mean? They paid their taxes, and so that makes them like, you know what I mean, not responsible or something.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
I'm not responsible
them donating money, they think that ties them not at all to any of the responsibility.
Exactly.
And that's part of the problem with daddy freaking government and all this bullshit is because people don't even understand personal responsibility health-wise, their own fucking bodies. Okay, they don't even understand that responsibility, let alone that you participate in this world and every action causes a reaction. So like, when you vote, you support it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they're totally not ready. Yeah, they're not ready for the McDonald's friggin' talk. Okay, so they're not ready for that yet.
Oh my
Hey,
God.
Yeah.
you don't need a fucking
They got
car.
a long way to go.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Terrible.
it's true.
It's so
It is.
true. That's
It's
what I
true.
mean. Man,
Mhm.
these people, my dark side's been creeping up lately. Oh my God. I'm turning into Christine. She's always like 70% are gonna die. And I'm always like, oh my God, it's terrible. And now I'm like, yes, 70%.
Anna, I heard another prediction from someone. She had a dream, another person, but you don't know her, and I don't know her actually, but I mean, she was, and she said she woke up and everything was on fire, and she thought, oh my God, is this the apocalypse? And the voice said to her, yes, this is the world burning? Yes, the world is burning. What to do? You have to raise higher.
Yeah.
Conscious.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Maybe literally too, because all rivers were boiling, and that I think is from the energy. I think that has more to do with radiation and energy that escaped or something. Or maybe that at the Antarctica, that's the source of. I saw Stephen Greer. I think I posted on Gerard's timeline actually, where the direct energy weapons that there is a kind of machine. And it's so hot, the energy that they have to, and there was minus 50 in Antarctica, and they have to do the door opens to cool it down. Can you imagine?
Jeez.
So that is a very dangerous thing. If the control is out of that machine.
Well, you look at CERN technology, and you just imagine the technology if they've got that, and then you know that they've got that they've been sitting on those patents, and they've been working on Tesla's, discoveries, and they've been doing their own shit now with hundreds of billions, if not trillions of dollars in black budget funding.
Yeah.
We know that NASA has a real space program, which they don't tell anyone about.
No.
All of this Mars rover shit is just theater.
Yeah, exactly.
And what are their capabilities? And then of course, what do they devote a lot of their resources to? Controlling our minds, which means that we are still a threat to them, which means that they still need us, and they are still dependent on us, and they do not control us, which is why they need to continuously beat stuff into our heads and distract us with McDonald's and Zelensky and vote blue no matter who when it's every 4 years up, and all of that other bullshit.
Yes, and still they're whining about Trump. It's all Trump's fault. Or Putin's. It's always Russia or Trump. Always.
And talk about a perfect fall guy. They're gonna be abusing him in 10 years, in 12 years, and
yeah.
You don't think this is a little weird now? I mean, he's out of office, Yeah. Anyway.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry.
You all right down there?
Yeah.
In the bottom square?
I was gonna bring up my revolution rabbit hole, but
go for it. Do it.
Just I don't know. It was like last week, and something about protests or revolutions or some, some repetitious bullshit that we do.
Right.
Right. So I was like, what are they revolting against? Right. And then I was like, wait a minute, revolting, doesn't that mean like ew? So I looked it up, right? And it means disgusting or disgusted by.
Yeah. Right.
Right.
To be revolted. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's really weird that you would revolt against something, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Disgusting behavior.
You're disgusted by it. So why are you trying to fight it? Like, just be like, ew, get away. You know what I mean? That's it. So, and then revolution. Oh, I hope I get this one because I'm always like, we gotta like use the wheel to like get off the wheel, like the maniacal wheel, right? And so hold on, because I want the actual definition because it was really good. Okay, so the action. This is the first definition. The action by a celestial body of going round in an orbit or elliptical course. Apparent movement of such a body around the earth. The time taken by a celestial body to make a complete round in its orbit. So it's the revolution, right?
Right.
And then the other one is a forcible overthrow of a government or social order in favor for a new system, and an instance of revolving. So an instance of revolving, going around in a circle.
Going around in circles.
That's what revolution is. It means,
Yeah.
right?
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
So the etymology, okay, the etymology of it in Latin is back roll, which roll back or turn the eyes back. That's what revolution means, okay? So then I was like, all right, let's look up evolution. Okay? So evolution is the gradual development of something, especially from a simple to a more complex form. Yeah, right? And then the etymology of it is an unrolling of the wheel, not as revolving around. You roll it out, and then maybe that'll fix the timeline and we'll know everything. I don't know, but I know we need an evolution.
Evolution, yes.
Yeah.
Evolution is like the spiral that begins in the center, and it never reconnects itself. It's not a circle, it's a line, and it just continues out into infinity.
Right.
But a revolution is being stuck on the same circle over and over again.
Yep. Yeah, seeing unrolling. Oh my God, that's what they were trying to tell us on all those Swedish, whatever, Pictish, Scottish stones, Celtic stones.
Yes.
All
the Triskelion. Yeah, the ones that are carved all over those islands.
Yeah.
Oh, they're all over the place. And then they're out here in the desert with the three spirals.
Yep.
And those spirals are all winding off into space. They all begin from the center. And they're all like little Fibonacci sequences.
Yeah.
And they go out and they're gone. And they're all over those Neolithic sites in Ireland, in Wales, in Western and Southern England. They're up in Scotland, in the Orkney Islands. They're in Scandinavia, like you said. Oh, fuck yeah. That shit's all over the place. It was one civilization. It was one civilization at one point.
Yeah.
Or they were seeded, with that knowledge. Anyway.
See, I think that I don't know, but I was thinking, because my mind changes all the time with new information. That's intellect, okay? That's how that works. Yeah. You present it, you have a belief or an idea, and then something new comes, and you're like, oh, that might be even cooler.
True. Exactly. Yeah, right? Okay. I had that quote on our group messenger, but we are not energy, but that's for another.
Oh. Yeah,
that we can do another next week or something. Well, that's a very difficult one, even for me also. We are not energy. That's a good thing to question. Are we? Yeah. So we have to read it next week.
We should read that next week. Yeah, because that was good. I actually was thinking about us could read that today, and then I forgot.
Yeah, I forgot it too, and then anyhow. Good. We do that next week. And that's also for Gerard, because we always say we're energy, but then this kind of is absolute.
Yeah.
Or okay, that's for next week.
Yeah. Good. Yeah, because that's difficult to decipher, right? Because we are energy, definitely 100% energy, but are we energy? Right? Because fire. I don't know. I think we're fire in some way. I don't know how to explain it.
5 elements. We have water, fire, earth, air, and what else? Ether. Ether is the mind, I think. Water, fire, earth, air. 5 elements. Ether is
air, water.
Ether is usually considered the 5th one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spirit. Ether is spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But then what is it? What is it, right?
The Tao can be talked about, but not the really real Tao. That's the first line of the Tao Te Ching.
Yeah.
You can't talk about it. You can't put it into words, because everything that comes out of your mouth is a product of the finite human consciousness. And the Tao is infinite. It's beyond words and concepts.
It's beyond words.
Yeah, like you can see and hear and do more in your mind than you can hear. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it is.
Like I can see dragons in my mind, but they're not here. You know what I mean? Like you know what I'm saying though? Like you can do that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyhow, that's for next week.
Yeah. Should I read that quote I read in the beginning?
Yeah,
sure.
do.
Just talk about that, because he'll probably lose stuff soon because he's driving.
Yeah.
Gerard's back. Okay, and this is from Lucius Annaeus Seneca. Here is your great soul, the man who has given himself over to fate. On the other hand, that man is a weakling and a degenerate who struggles and maligns the order of the universe and would rather reform the gods than reform himself.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah.
Get that, Gerard? Yeah. Kind of like me.
We all like that. We always, we have to.
I'd rather blame it on Zeus than accept responsibility.
Yeah.
It's the fault of the gods. Have you seen my chart? They made me this way.
Yeah. I can't help it. Just the way it is. Yeah. The victimhood is always in our, we use it a lot.
We all struggle with our charts. And, I got it right here in the Hermetic. I was reading it the other day, the chapter on the zodiac. And he says, the zodiac is there for you to transcend it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. My guru says it too. That's there for you to transcend it. Then it doesn't have influence on you, but you have to learn from it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Because
our natal chart is where we start from.
Yeah.
If you don't have something in your chart, go get it. Go learn it. Go develop it.
Yeah, it is like that.
And that was the advice that my teacher's teacher gave my teacher about his chart. He said, I've got all this, and I've got all this, I've got this in all one element, and I don't have anything over here. And he said to him, he just looked at him like this. Well, you're just going to have to go get that other stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I don't have any fire in my chart. My teacher was all fire.
Yeah, that's complementary. Yeah,
puts things together for you. It creates opportunities for human beings to learn and to experience and to evolve. That's why your chart is all over the place in some areas. I think because it provides us with opportunities and templates for learning and for growth.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, Gerard, how you doing?
In the Hermetica too, it says, I would really like to read that one chapter.
Sure.
I sent to you, Christine, that one time.
Yeah, I know. That was a nice one. Very nice.
Yeah,
one.
I really like that one. About like is the zodiac or whatever. But that's what I was saying earlier about evolution. Like we were saying about your chart and using it to transcend it, right? And even like revolution, right? Like with our governments and stuff, we just keep going up it doesn't matter if it's 2022 or 1776 or 1865 or what was the other one? Start naming them. What was it 1892, 1792, 1248, 1523, whatever. All I'm saying is we just go, they're the same system basically, and we just so we go against them in a revolution, and we get a little bit of our stuff back, and then we revolve back down to the peasants, and then we go back around, and then we revolve again. And that's what we keep doing. And that's why I'm always like I don't know how to do it, right? But like I said, we actually run society. So we don't have to listen to Hollywood. We don't have to listen to the media. We don't have to listen to the government. Like, we don't. They're not the 90% that keep everything in this world running. And we have to really make an evolution, not a revolution, where like we're not fighting them. We are building our own shit because there's more of us than them, and we don't need them or their shit anymore.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, we don't.
Transcend that wheel shit.
We haven't needed them. We haven't needed these parasites in 150 years.
Yeah. Longer.
They have not provided us with much longer. But Orwell says we've had the industrial, logistical support technology and transport technology to feed, clothe, and house everyone on the planet.
Yes, we do.
Since the 19th century.
Yes, we do.
And that we would already have a paradise if it weren't for these parasites.
Yeah.
And they are parasites. They provide us with nothing.
Nope. No, we provide for them.
Yes.
Because all they know how to do is manipulate and even money. They just manipulate, right? They just go in the matrix and put in ones and zeros. That's all they do, right? And that's what I'm saying. This is all an illusion. Like, because we have the internet now. I was thinking that they say it's the age of information. No, we're still in Pisces. It's the age of illusions, and we're hitting the grand finale of the age of misinformation. The age of
exactly.
Until I don't think it's going to start until Uranus goes into Gemini in 2027, I believe.
Yes.
And we'll be in the age of Aquarius with Uranus and Gemini, and I think that's when the age of true information, knowledge for everyone.
Truth. I think.
Yeah.
That's when the shit is
from
going to
within, from authentic.
Wow, that's going to be huge.
That's when we'll have to leave the people that have the brakes off the edge of the cliff around 2027. That's when the real shit drops.
Right. Yeah. Well, these people are not going to be ready for the world that's coming. They're just not.
People aren't ready for the world they create.
Yeah.
Right. Yes. No, they think it's a game. And there was Jen Psaki, and she had to answer journalists. And when the journalists were like really for war, and Jimmy Dore brought it on all these women. When is there a no-fly zone? And are you not supporting the no-fly zone in Russia? This and this and this. And then on the other side were the men. Shouldn't we support the peace talk between Ukraine and Russia? Can we not do help in that? And then Jimmy Dore, hey, the women want war, the men want peace. It was actually so. Then we go back to our testicles. The women have testicles, the men have left them home.
Yep.
Yeah, just fun, just a joke between, but
I know.
So
it's not,
but it's true. It's interesting.
It's not cool when the girl on your swim team has a bigger penis than your boyfriend.
And that's
the memes have been just they've been gold the last few days about that swim.
But the ones who change themselves, they're so misfits because they're not attractive at all. I mean, they have to find themselves. The transgender women has to go to a transgender man. Who wants them? I mean, be serious. Come on, let's be serious. It's crazy.
You know what's funny? After all the stuff we said, the only thing that'll be offensive is Christine saying that the transgender men aren't attractive. Well, because of Putin or Russia. It won't be. It'll be because she said I'm not attractive. That's the priorities of our world.
No, but yeah, but I was saying that they're not. That it doesn't work. I mean, they don't look like real men, and the transgender women don't look like real women. That's what I want to say, and that's not attractive.
There are some that really look like women, but they're very few. Most
very,
don't.
very few.
And like I
Michelle Obama.
if you're a free,
she looks very much like a woman. If she is a he, it's a very well
and well done
very
job.
well. Yeah, good job. Very good job.
And like, well, one, this becomes transgenderism becomes a huge like staple in society and very popular and widespread right before the fall of that said society.
Yeah.
And we're trying to teach it to kindergartners. So all I'm saying is at the fall. it's gonna fucking crash, man. Yeah, so but and like it's one thing like to be like I like, dressing like a woman and I like feeling like a woman and pretending to be a woman and I like men and blah blah blah. But okay, you know what I mean? But to say like I'm a woman,
yeah,
you can't do that. You know what I mean? No, you're a man that likes to dress like a woman. You're a man that likes men. You're a man that, but you're not a woman. Like that really irks me for some reason.
Yeah,
and
but the thing is
kind of psychotic because you're living in that body. It's not even like it's standing in front of you and you have to accept it or deny it. You're in that body, and to be like, this is not my body. What do you mean? You were born that way. It's been your body since the second you were conceived. Like, I don't understand.
But that is an imbalance hormone, I think. Yeah, but it's hormonal. I think it's because of the poisoning. I think it's hormonal, and then the psyche. I mean, I do believe that they feel like a woman or think they feel like a woman, but the body is not following it. But then you have to work on the psyche because there is something wrong with the mind, not with the body. Is the body. I mean, it's better to work on that, and there are a lot of different.
It's a combination of.
Yeah, and then also traumas. Why they want to be? It's most of the time it's related to a trauma that they want to be a man or a woman. It's really for 90%. It's to a very big trauma. I know a nurse, and she says that to me. It is that's related to a trauma.
Yeah.
And of course, they should be helped, but it's not so. I mean, you cannot let the child choose. Okay, do you want to be a boy or a girl? Tomorrow I want to be a boy, and the next day I want to be a girl. I mean, it's crazy. That's what I mean. Like the stupid parents, like like they confuse the children, and that's also wrong. They confuse the children, 100%. So, and if the mind is manifesting the body, then they create that already in the mind of a child, which is maybe normal from beginning.
Yeah, because it's the social engineering that they're trying to do, and it's all to keep the matrix, the power structure, the mental control prison.
Yeah.
In place from the transition from Pisces into Aquarius.
Oh yeah.
That's why they have to control this, because this is the tool for controlling your mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, because in the age of Aquarius, right? Aquarius is freedom, really. You know what I mean?
It is.
And it, freedom is a part of that energy in Aquarius.
Yeah.
And and it's about the individual. So they've been doing everything for a long time to take away individuality. You know what I mean? Like you're only accepted if you have your Ukraine flag. You're only accepted if you dress like this. You're only accepted if you're into this fad. You're only accepted if you're not. And then on top of that, with all this transgenderism, they're confused. So they're looking for something to fit into, and then I fit into this group and I get to fight against people and now I have a purpose. And it's all just like to suck the
Yeah.
whatever for the
Yeah.
Matrix to suck them away. Like,
Yeah.
because seriously, you can't control people who are individuals. If you're
No.
a true individual, you can't tell that individuals to do something that they don't feel comfortable doing. They're going to have boundaries and say no. You know what I mean?
You get an ordinary person that has all of that shit in their head that's been put in there since the time they were old enough to listen.
Mhm.
And you scratch off the surface, and what's underneath? Nothing. They don't have any original thoughts of their own. They're
No.
just
It's actually
they're just-
sad.
it
They're
Yes.
so lost.
They are.
It is. I mean, think about
It
that.
is.
Think about being that lost that you just do shit
Yeah.
that may not even feel right to you just to feel a part of something.
Yeah, and that happened. Yeah,
That's really sad.
That's it. It is
but that
sad.
that's in a society now.
See?
It's
And that's why I fuck these people, because I can't take all this heartbreak. Too much.
yeah.
Because I start getting really upset and heavy. Like, it's sad. It really is. Because those people literally might have been the first person to like have telepathy or freaking fly with his own
Right.
mind, but he never got the chance because our
Mhm.
society is just set up to feed your head with shit since birth.
Mhm. Mhm.
Mhm.
It's sad. Like they destroyed. When we say the spirit, they destroyed the human spirit. Like it's
Yeah,
still
that's
here,
that's the
we'll
goal.
all
That's
form,
actually the
but-
goal.
Mhm.
That's the
Yeah.
goal of the demons. They want to destroy the creation because they compete with God. That's actually what they're doing. They try to compete with God, but they can, of course, never win. And that's why they will destroy. I mean, they want to destroy the creation of the divine or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why he ends up sending comets, because he's like, you know what I'm saying? Because he's like, you know, like a dad when you're an adult, right? The dad's like, I'll be there to pick you up, but come on, you got to do this shit for yourself, right?
Yeah.
You know what I
Mhm.
mean? That's like a
Mhm.
good loving dad. And he watches from the sidelines, and if you're going to destroy too bad, then he steps in. So,
Yeah.
you know what I
That
mean?
that
So
will
he'll be
happen,
like,
but that
yeah,
will
I'm
happen.
not going to let them kill the whole
Yeah.
universe.
Yeah, but that's
Comet,
exactly.
1,000 left.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
If you're-
that's exactly
if you're
what's
losing
going to happen.
Evil, it can't be redeemed. The comet is on its way. It is on its way because the
Yeah.
universe has set up this planet to develop consciousness. And if that is no longer on the table, there's going to be a reset.
Mm.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
True.
Oh, yeah. The reptilians are going to get their reset, or God's going to get theirs if we don't do something.
Yeah.
Mhm.
hmm
Yeah, but yeah.
Oh, they're really going to build a world that's awful. It's going to be so bad. Like, I don't even want to live for 2 years. I'm thinking
Yeah.
I can make it through 2, but I don't know, because it's going to be really bad if we don't do something. And it's so sad because, like I said, we don't even have to do anything dramatic, like show up in tanks. We just got to be like, nope, we're taking
Yeah.
a general strike and trying to figure
Right.
this shit out for ourselves. Bye-bye, government. That's all we got to do.
Mhm.
That's it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm starting
Yeah.
a board meeting with everybody in New Jersey. We're gonna figure out our own systems.
Right.
Bye. That's all we got to do. That's it. Like, it's
Mhm.
crazy. It's really
Yeah.
not easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyhow.
Bezos don't know how to drive Amazon trucks and deliver all those packages in a day. Don't go to work. Don't,
Mm.
like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's so easy. Really, general strike for even 2 weeks would totally collapse the entire system.
Mm. I think they did that in Delhi. In Delhi, there was a strike. I think it was with COVID, and they didn't want to go along with it. And everybody did the strike. Everybody, from lawyer till the farmer, and they got a lot. Was quick solved.
Right, that's what I mean.
Like
Yeah.
that.
And that is what India does, because because they still have the wisdom, because it's a holy land, because a lot of sages live there. And when it's getting too crazy, they all come together and say, this shit we don't want.
Yeah, you think those rich people clean out their own reptilian cages? No, they have somebody come in and clean them out and change the hay. That's what they do. So
Mm.
I'm gonna throw it in there as much as I can. It's my hashtag. Reptilians are real. Whatever they are, they could be human. That's just corrupted by that lower vibrational energy that took over Atlantis at the end. That's why we got a comet 12,000 years ago. Because Atlantis. Because whatever that thing is, whatever we do, we all of a sudden get greedy, and then we do a global civilization. And if it's a greedy, shitty one, they send a comet. And if it's a good one, then we have Atlantis.
Mm-hmm.
Do you two think that Atlantis was
I'm ready.
12,000 years ago or older than that?
No, I think Atlantis was way older than that, but it
I
ended
think
12,000 years ago.
Yeah.
It's
It's
at the same time, even before the book from Initiation, because they spoke about the destruction of Atlantis. I mean, when she's going to the teacher, I mean, her father explaining to her when he's healing someone with his magic, and that this cannot go in wrong hands, because then it can destroy a lot. And that's how Atlantis got destroyed. And that was before they already, because they were still, I mean, it was still in ancient Egypt.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how I understood it.
Well, even in, I don't know, what was it? The early BCs or right before zero. Whatever time. Yeah, that's real.
Right.
Yeah. You know, the time before zero.
Time before zero. It was the Big Bang. The Big Bang. That's the time before zero. Big Bang.
No,
how do people keep track of time before Jesus? How'd they do that?
Yeah. Humans have been on the planet for 300,000 years. Yeah, it's only 2022, but it's 2022 BC. There's also like 30,000 AD, whatever. I got it backwards, but you know what I'm saying.
Time is a strange thing, because it's very strange time. Yeah. That's why they mesmerize, like you said. Your post was good, from mesmerizing times.
Yeah, they do.
And that is what I think on the talk from Jesse Hall with with whom was it, with Gary Gary Good?
Yeah.
Could he the one who was also NASA, worked at NASA, was kidnapped when he was a young boy or something like that, and he got in contact with a lot of aliens. And now they mesmerized timeline. He talked about it. I did not really understand it, but it seems to be they do that.
Was this someone that Jesse interviewed?
Yeah, Jesse interviewed. I think I saw it this week, and I'm not totally finished, because I did only I did 1 hour, I think, and I still have to do another hour. Yeah, it was Corey Goodman. But then Stephen Greer said about Corey Goodman, he's too much mesmerized by MK Ultra. That was a comment from Stephen Greer he was a good boy. I mean, he was a good man, but because he didn't believe, I mean, I think there was kind of a different kind of aliens, and for Stephen Greer there is ET, but maybe some more, but not really like a whole gamma of different aliens. I mean, that's not what I understand, but maybe only Stephen Greer is with ETers, but on a high consciousness, a very high conscious level. But I think that Corey Goodman meets aliens, whatever it is, on a more lower consciousness, more like a darker consciousness, like we are still on low conscious too, but Stephen Greer is much more higher. He meets the higher beings in space. I mean, that's what why do I tell this now? I forgot. See? Well, it was interesting. Timeline, mesmerizing the timeline.
Oh yeah, they mess with it all the time. Oh, because you were saying about Atlantis, and they destroyed it because they didn't want the power to get the wrong hands. But that's what they did in ancient Egypt too, when Rome invaded Egypt.
Oh yeah.
The priests hid and destroyed a lot of the ancient texts and artifacts and stuff, because they didn't want it to get into the hands of the Romans, because they knew.
They
They would
destroyed the
destroy
white.
everything.
The white magic is what they destroyed
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
Because
and they did.
otherwise,
it could be
And
abused.
And you know what's even worse, right? Because they didn't have everything because Egypt destroyed a lot of it. So that means they were doing like half-ass black magic. That is one of the reasons why we're all so messed up too.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Because you don't mess with that stuff unless you know what you're doing.
That's what,
Yeah,
you know.
true.
And, you know, the half-assing it is something that Manly P. Hall goes into a little bit in Secret Teaching, and he talks about how the towards the end of the classical age, you know, with the beginning of Pisces and all that, how the mysteries got corrupted slowly over time, and the initiation process was infiltrated with other less wise elements, shall we
Right.
say. And I really believe that, because you look at you know, something like Rosicrucianism or Masonry, or you know,
The
any of the
Illuminati,
any of that, you know,
all
and
that. Yeah.
yeah, and you know, they're the dark and the light are using the same exact symbols,
Mhm. But
except
they,
the dark inverts all of the symbols.
yes,
Yep.
and
And
they
it's-
bring destruction. That is exactly what it does.
Instead of reconnecting with the all, with the one mind,
Yeah.
you are trapping the persona within this body mind complex, and it's all about me, and what power can I have, and these sick black magicians, their idea of immortality is to reincarnate their ego in another body time after time after
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Or extending this body as long as they can.
Exactly.
And that's why too, I think they might be like whatever, something else, because if you're truly that wise, right, and you have all that information, right, like if I had all that information, I'd be like space beaming myself out of here and coming back, and you know, jump in time. I'd be doing all kinds of crazy stuff. But if they have all that information, right, then they have to know that when you're talking about the immortal, it's not this body.
Mhm. Yeah,
And
true.
even if it's a where you reach a state of awareness, so when
Yeah.
you are reincarnated, by the time you're 5 and 8, you're having past life memories and like
Yeah.
Right.
really knowing things, right? So I think whatever energy they are, I don't think they are immortal like us. I think that's one of the
No.
reasons why they enslave
No,
us.
they're
and
not. They're
they-
not.
You know what I mean? I think
And
their
they
minds
cannot.
are
I mean,
more
they
hardwired, where ours are more ethereal, where we can connect to other things through our
yeah.
minds.
But
and
they can't.
can't. Yeah.
But their consciousness is on the
they're dependent on us for food.
yeah.
Yeah. They eat
But
babies.
also, I mean, their mind and their energy, they're very low. They're very low vibes, so they come in a very dark place after that, because that's what you attract what you are. So if you're in high vibes, you come in another realm, which is more beautiful. But those people, they have an extremely low vibes or no vibes, whatever. They come in hellish environments. That is actually hell, according to your consciousness.
Yeah.
So they will be ending in and they're I mean, yeah. There is I think so. There is a book in the Vedas which describes those environments. You don't want to be there for sure.
No.
The most very, very dark environments. But they are that, so they go there. All the Hillarys, all the Clintons, and all the Obamas, and all those war leaders, they will nicely have their party in those dark realms, for sure.
I don't have any trouble at all believing that those people are possessed by demons.
Yeah, they are.
Or something. Yeah.
Something.
I call them reptilians because it's fun.
Yeah, they might be mesmerized, but if you're but I also do believe, in a way, you attract it because of your level of if you want the power and you want the greed, you're already on a low level, so those demons can come into you. If you're on a higher level, they cannot come into you. That's what I believe. I'm not sure, but
Christine, have you read John Perkins' Confessions of an Economic Hitman?
Oh, this is good, huh?
He's good. Susan, have you read that book?
No.
Okay, John Perkins, used to work for, I think, one of the contractors for the CIA. He didn't work for them directly, and he goes in his book and says how the agency recruited guys with weaknesses, whether it was drugs or girls or whatever their weakness is, and they would exploit that in order to blackmail them into becoming an agent.
Yeah.
And that's, of course, what the cabal does. That's how they recruit people.
Mhm.
They recruit people through their weaknesses,
Mhm.
and in order to imprison them and trap them and keep them from doing from following their higher nature.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and also the like the pleasure seeking of the world. And I'm not saying, life shouldn't be enjoyable and pleasurable and fun. It should be, but I think our idea of fun, because like I said, none of us have ever actually been able to just be free to everything that is in our head comes from our own world environment, not from the TV, not from someone else, not from this idea or that idea. None of us have ever been in that state. I mean, maybe through meditation, but other than that, growing up like that would be a lot different. But I forget what I was gonna say.
Okay, you were
What were you talking about, Jonathan?
We were talking about how the cabal recruits people, because it needs people to do its dirty work. It needs us to do its shit, and so they capture us through our weaknesses.
That's what.
Or get us, compromised, get us blackmailed, get us, involved in this kind of thing. Yeah.
Well, that's what I was like, because one, we are, all of us to some certain extent are, I'm not going to say depression, like depressed and we're going to kill ourselves or whatever, but we are in a state of depression, in a state of fear, in a state of anxiety. Like, even if you're more spiritual and more balanced, what's going on is bullshit. It's still going on. Like, even just being around stupid people, I'm like, oh, you know what I mean? Like,
true. It is.
And it makes you not right,
Right.
It is.
So, damn it, the cabal. Oh, pleasure seeking. And like, and that's what I mean. Like, we're not like in this natural state of like, of a calmness or a joy or whatever.
No. Joy is different than pleasure. And a joy, it's like a very elevating energy, but pleasure is short and you need more and more and more. It's never satisfying.
And we're addicted to that because we can't feel good just naturally in a state of things going throughout the day, that we have to constantly seek a pleasure thing. And that's the other way they get you, because the more money you have, the more you can indulge in pleasures. You know what I mean? So that's how they get everybody too.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. That's the weakness of the they play on our weakness and extreme materialistic desires. Yeah.
And we don't always have to feel good.
Yeah.
Like we think we always have to feel good. No, like life is life, and it's not easy, and it doesn't come without risks or things happening. You don't have to feel good all the time.
No, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not natural always being positive.
No, fuck them people.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we've been here for an hour.
We have to wrap up. It's one.
I know.
Gerard, are you there?
Gerard could be in the middle of no man's land and fighting.
Lately we have to finish on our own.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I hope you can join our talk next time fully. It would be nice too.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, I know, because last 2 times I had to be in and out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not last week's meeting, but
no, there was
a week before that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Wednesday, right, Christine?
Yeah. Okay.
12th house.
12th house, Neptune is in different ages. Neptune, Jupiter conjunct. So I will send you some
if you
stuff.
come up with any dates, send them to me. But I'll do research.
Okay, you're good in the time travel from all those planets. I'm good in how it might work out.
How it works. Yeah. As I
Okay.
said, we make a good team. Break the matrix.
Yeah, we have to make money with this. Come on, guys. We need more money. Prices are lost.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, seriously, I can't keep doing charts for free because it does take time.
It does take
I don't think
time
people realize
and time.
how
Yeah,
long it takes. Yeah.
yeah.
And
I
like if
can.
I'm really doing an in-depth one, that takes a lot of time. And then even if you're just doing a surface level one, you're talking
Even then,
like
it
3
takes time
hours.
because we
Yeah.
cannot. Yeah, we are not superficial, so we cannot
No.
just say. Yeah,
No.
that's true. It takes time, just the way it is.
No. And
We will
then
work something out that we can do. Maybe, yeah, we will find something. I think it's
Yeah.
the thing.
and then I have a freaking conscience. So if I do one half-ass, I feel bad about it later. And I don't
Me
like
too.
feeling bad about stupid shit I shouldn't feel bad about.
Yeah. Yeah, but it is.
I'm like, why do you feel bad? They didn't pay you. You know how long this takes? And then I'm like, I know, but I really shouldn't. And yeah, so yeah, just mind screw myself for no reason.
Yeah. Anyhow.
So
Okay.
all right.
Okay, I texted
So
Gerard.
guys,
So
this was it. And next week is about what is energy. The thing.
Yeah.
Energy.
Oh no, what
Yeah.
is spirit? Spirit and
What is
energy.
Spirit and the spirit energy. What does it mean?
Yeah.
So put it in your agenda. I put it in my agenda. Otherwise, I forget it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That would be a good one. Because that
Yeah.
one's a really philosophical discussion. Because I don't
Whoa.
know.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Okay.
But
So,
all right. So are we just all clicking off, saying goodbye? To
yeah, we
people?
could go. So goodbye, Gerard, wherever you are.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Yeah, we'll just text Gerard and let him know. All
I
right.
did.
Yeah.
I did.
Bye, everybody. We're leaving. It'll be
Yeah.
a blank
All right.
screen. Bye.
Okay. Yeah. Bye.